Well, let's have a look at the teams. We'll start with Watford. Nabizada in midfield, scored 2 in the previous round against Crewe. And Odies, who starts on the right, as we understand things, also scored in that game. An absolute stunner. Perhaps the biggest name amongst this group on the bench. Shevchenko. Christian Shevchenko, the son of Andrei Shevchenko, the Ukrainian football star, played for Chelsea, AC Milan, amongst many others. And for Spurs, a very strong-looking 11. 3 of this group have been called up by England to play with the under-17s in the upcoming international window. Hardy, Byfield and Williams-Barnett, who scored a brilliant hat-trick last time out in the game against Brighton. That was perhaps eclipsed by the goal from the halfway line by Reece Elliott-Paris, who starts tonight wearing 9. Well, away we go then. FA Youth Cup time. We are in the 5th round. Spurs looking to make the next step. Here is Hardy, who has been called up again for the under-18 group. Under-17 group with England, as I understand it. 3 in the Spurs squad, Byfield and Williams-Barnett, who will also join up with the camp, who will be playing in those games. Matches coming up against the Netherlands and Portugal for them during the international window. Really strong lineup named tonight, though, by Stuart Lewis, who himself was involved against Watford in the FA Youth Cup back in the day, some 20 years ago now. And a competition that he very much enjoyed. Sam Archer in goal tonight for Spurs. And here is Janai Byfield, who scored a brilliant goal in the previous round in extra time to set Spurs on their way to this 5th round tie. Williams-Barnett, with his 2nd hat-trick last time out, has lost the ball. Here are Watford into Spurs penalty area. And it's a wonderful challenge by Upson, who manages to take the ball away in the nick of time. Well, there was worry for a moment. Few famous sons in the lineups here tonight. Elijah Upson throwing the ball in, and the son of Matthew Upson, of course. Christian Shevchenko on the bench for Watford this evening. Here is Teenan Thompson, who's had a brilliant season on this left-hand side for Spurs, looking to weave some magic, trying to inject some life into the performance from the start. And away he goes out to the left-hand side here, has 2 for company. Claiming a corner, but he won't get the decision here. The player's in fact pulled back. Upson's pass finding Byfield at the back. Well, not the blistering start from Spurs that we have come to expect over recent matches. A more measured approach so far in the game. Lovely flick by Teenan Thompson, has a lovely relationship with Williams-Barnett. Goals continue to flow for him. And he's trying to get himself in a good position here, but he's well looked after, swarmed by yellow shirts, and it's ball brought away by their number 10, Nabizada. Captain for Watford was speaking about this game, and he said that this is the highlight of the season for the Watford players, opportunity to play against Category 1 Academy and a Premier League outfit, essentially. Malachi Hardy certainly has been in and around the first team over the course of the season. And his ball forward doesn't lead to an attacking move here for Spurs, and Watford have misplaced the pass, and Spurs have a gift of a corner. Wasn't really any pressure here either. A rather hurried pass from Vancia, the fullback. And it will be Spurs' chief instigator to take this one. Luca Williams-Barnett looking to create. First chance really to send the ball into Watford's penalty area. And it's Tottenham Thompson who tries to help it on its way, but can only help it through to the goalkeeper, Sam Morris. Spurs players are quick to get back. Space on the right here for Watford. Tottenham Thompson is across, offering some support for Harry Byrne. Playing at left back tonight for Spurs. A switch of play, and here is Messiah Edwards, who can't go around the outside of Elijah Upson, but he gets Watford's first corner of the game. Spurs didn't do too much with theirs. Now Watford will get their turn. Corner taken short, delivered into the back post, and this is dangerous here for Spurs, and maybe Watford should have done a bit more with that. Was a very good chance for Nabizada, who scored a couple in the previous rounds. Pretty wayward in the end, luckily for Spurs. He essentially started the move here and then made the run untracked into the middle. Not quite the finish that he was hoping for. Hardy, who is so good with the ball at his feet, manages to get that one away. And it's swept on by Ty Hall. Often a confusion within the academy. Different to Tyrese Hall. They just happen to have very similar names. Sat at the base of the Spurs midfield tonight, Ty Hall. I've seen him at centre-back over the course of the season. Also saw Callum Olasese within this group in the last round in this competition. New look midfield here tonight in comparison to that night. Adewale trying to break away here on the right-hand side, but he can't get beyond the Watford defence. Nice challenge by Byfield, sliding in. Spurs playing a high defensive line, and Watford trying to play one over the top, but it's quick thinking from Sam Archer. And the chase is on to get there, but it's a smart header back by Georgiou, the captain, who will go back to his goalkeeper, Morris. Watford on the breakaway. They've got beyond the Spurs defence here, and Archer's been beaten. And it's Watford who lead here at Vicarage Road. Well, Spurs lost Nabizada here. He tucked the ball in behind Hardy, the chase away by Åkesson, and he stumbled, but he managed to recover. Sam Archer a bit slow to react, and Spurs are behind here, Watford leading. And it's Åkesson who grabs the goal. Always goals when this Spurs under-18s team are involved. Been in this position before over the course of the season. They know that they have goals in them. They know they can get back in this. Watford charging again. That's a really useful looking ball. Åkesson has one, but he won't get there this time. Archer sliding in, takes control. Well, clearly Watford have understood that Spurs will play with this high line, and they are trying to whip the ball in behind as much as possible. Harry Byrne with a throw in towards Williams-Barnett, who hasn't really been able to get into the game just yet. Early stages though. Adewale has space and he has support. Might not need it here. Going all the way to the byline, winning a corner. Floated in, and Morris, the goalkeeper's lost that one, but he's got there the second time around. Well, he made a big commitment for getting there, and it was an awful punch. Good gather in the end. Does look as though Malachi Hardy's going to have his work cut out up against Watford's number 9. There's been an awful and awkward collision here, and Hardy's remained down. And that's good to see, quickly back up. Well, Ty Hall was the target with the pass. He won't get to that. And it's tricky play. Ramirez Espen is the one who was trying to make the burst. Spurs have won it back. Haven't really got themselves going yet, Spurs. Well, I thought it was interesting reading through some of the stuff on the Watford website where they were speaking a lot about how lots of families would be here this evening, and that adds a layer of pressure. Plenty of attendance here, but also expectation too, with Spurs having made it through to this 5th round. They are, by a distance, the favourites here this evening too. Hardy saw what was coming, able to anticipate. He gets the ball away, albeit momentarily. Now Messiah Edwards. Well, that was heard around the stadium. Slamming challenge. Watford come away with it. Spurs tidy up. Archer is there and he can clear. Out towards the left-hand side to Tottenham Thompson. Had such a brilliant season, but we rarely see him being backed up inside his own half. Aggressive play from Watford, hunting pretty high up the field. Maybe chance here for Spurs to move the ball away. Byfield up over the halfway line. And Elliot Paris looking for the free kick, but he won't get the whistle. It was risky play from Watford to get that ball up into midfield. Well, this time they get away with it, and Spurs got away with that one too. Burn with a vital interception. And back towards Sam Archer it goes. Williams-Barnett pulling wider to try and find the ball. Spurs number 10 linking up with Thompson, but quickly looked after as soon as the ball arrives. Whipped off of his toes almost straight away. And this is the move that Watford have tried to pull several times. It led to the goal. This time a vital block by Byfield, who manages to sprint back and get there. Again, it's that high line from Spurs. And again, Watford saw the space. Okerson racing through. Decent recovery here, though. I just wonder if Spurs need to back off that high line ever so slightly. Ramirez Espan, and it's Byfield who gets to the header away. This is a chance though for Watford, a really good chance as well, and a really good goal, and it's 2-0. Well, it's an absolute peach here from Nabizada, who scored 2 in the previous round. Wonderful whip on that, curled it right into the corner beyond the reach of Archer. The worst of starts here for Spurs. Watford have started ever so well indeed. And this was really quite special. Watford 2, Spurs 0. Well, it was a really tight space in there. Had to get the ball out from under his feet. And had to execute perfectly, which he did. Well, Spurs came into this one with plenty of hope. I think there really was a feeling, given the way that the team had been putting together results, that maybe this would be a walkover. It's been a shock so far, 18 minutes in. We know this group have goal-scoring capability, though. We know that they can fight back. It's Watford who've started the brighter. Upson's ball away, Thompson with one to chase. Just as a reminder, this Spurs team have not lost a game since the end of October. Been on a really brilliant run. Struggling to cope with the pace of Watford so far, though. Really direct. Really crisp passing as well. An impressive start from the home team. Williams-Barnett trying to pull the strings. That's a really nice pass out to Miracle Adewole, drifting infield from that right wing position. This is what Spurs need to do, just try to get some passes together. Normally move the ball so nicely through midfield, haven't really had a chance to do that. Hopefully that second goal will shock the team into life. Well, the pass doesn't make it through to Williams-Barnett. He's got it back though here. Linking up for the first time properly with Reece Elliott-Paris. That just hasn't been a situation so far. Yellow shirts again streaming forward here. And here is the danger man, Nabizada, feeding the ball around the corner. Everything going through him. Archer is quick to react. Must be watching the other Spurs goalkeepers who are out on loan with interest. Seems to be the way now. Spurs want to get their goalkeepers out, get them picking up some experience. Josh Keeley leading the way last season when he went out on loan to Barnet in the National League. Spurs are in here, and it's an absolute gift for Reece Elliott-Paris, who fires Spurs back into the game. Really smart finish. Lovely lift over the goalkeeper. Well, that is Spurs' first chance on goal in the game. And Reece Elliott-Paris, who scored a beauty over the weekend from close to the halfway line, puts over the goalkeeper. A proper striker's finish. Watford 2, Spurs 1. Well, hopefully that will be the goal that just gives Spurs a bit of confidence here. Slow to start, making up for that slow start with the goal there. Hardy on his travels, trying to find his way through. And Upson is the target. He finds Adewole. And now Ty Hall. Better use of the ball by Spurs. Finding the spaces, finding each other. And playing as a team more than anything. We've seen over the course of this season, that's when this team are at their best, when they play together. More than capable of producing individual moments of brilliance. And that's what's made this team one to watch out for, really. Watford neatly navigating away from trouble. Impressive start to the game. Can they maintain it? That will be a question. Wonderful skill again from Nabizada. He's looked excellent in the game. This time trying to provide. Scored the second goal, and some goal it was too. Spurs have done well here. And Beggs goes back to Ty Hall. Momentum of the attack just slows up ever so slightly. Back out here with Adewole. Has 2 for company. Has beaten 1. Has to turn back on himself here, but he has some support. Beggs has made his way across. Now Teenan Thompson. Nabizada with the kick away. Made his debut for the Watford first team in the Championship. Only a couple of days ago. Came off of the bench in the 4-0 defeat to Leeds. Right on the cusp of the first team, and you can understand why Watford might be getting slightly excited about him. And of course, the benefit of being associated with a Championship club is that you get an opportunity to move into the first team perhaps a bit quicker. Thrown in at the deep end, though, in the game against Leeds, it has to be said. Well, a late challenge from Reece Elliott Paris. And he'll get at least a talking to here from the referee, Tom Elsmore. Bit of leniency from the referee. Well, it's a pullback on Nabizada, who's really started the game with confidence, and this time there will be a yellow card for Malachi Hardy. Fairly obvious, that one. That was all rather dramatic. Big leap. Teenan Thompson didn't seem to know what was going on as he went to ground. I would imagine Watford will be pretty happy with their response to conceding in the game. Hungry for more, searching as they head into Spurs penalty area again. Nabizada's touch, and it was a very good opportunity. Ramirez Espan, who was also on the bench for Watford's in the Championship a couple of days ago. Lining one up but putting it wide. Harry Burns' challenge, and Adewole has some space. Lots of room on this right-hand side. Ups and carries, and decides against playing the pass back to Adewole with One of the Watford defenders recovering position. Tina Thompson around the corner. Promising looking break this for Spurs. And Spurs do have a corner. Nice burst away by Byfield, always happy to head up into the final third. Really ping the pass into Williams-Barnett, who comes across here to take the corner. Look up Williams-Barnett. Wasn't quite the corner that he was hoping for, but it nearly caused some trouble with that awkward bounce. Williams-Barnett driving towards the byline and still going here, scoops out the cross, and Watford have bodies back, and eventually it's cleared by Messiah Edwards. That's what Spurs need to do, try and get Williams-Barnett into the game a bit more. Well looked after so far by Watford. Tina Thompson loves this kind of position, driving run from him, and it did look as though he was clipped. And it was right on the edge. Did always look as though it was outside of the box, though. Has that wonderful ability, Tina Thompson, to go left and right, means that it's really difficult to predict for fullbacks. Williams-Barnett giving the orders. Beggs and Hoare waiting on the edge of the box, but surely it's into the area where the ball will be sent, and it comes in low, and it's cleared away, and it does come out to the edge of the area, and it was certainly fired in. It was Tina Thompson who got behind it, I believe, and really caught it, but it takes a deflection and goes wide off of Byfield. Big header from Byfield, having a good game at the back despite the score. Seen a really wonderful goal from Watford. Nabi Zeda, who well, certainly looks like a name to keep an eye on. And the breakaway, Spurs playing that high defensive line, Spurs fans know all about. Reece Elliott Paris sliding in again, gifted the ball. Here is Ty Hall. Sees the space, it's over on the left, and that is slightly too high. And Tina Thompson had to jump to reach it, trying to make things awkward for the Watford player, who went down and won the free kick. Sorry, the throw. Lovely touch, Williams-Barnett. Thought the start of the game that Tom Cleverley is here. I think he would have been pretty impressed with some of these players so far. Watford have given a really good account of themselves. They look a touch shaky at the back at times. Spurs defence with more work to do here as Watford break away, and Archer gets their second time around. Looked pretty dangerous. Angle was always a difficult one though. Hardy's got it. And he's moved on to Tottenham Thompson. Adewale in the corner. And he can't get around his man. Odiesu is back on defensive duty. Well, you can tell that Spurs are looking for the chance to score before the break. Will give them a lot of confidence going into the second half. Know all about the goal-scoring capabilities of this team, but we haven't really seen the Watford goalkeeper tested enough as far as we would expect from this team. Well, you probably heard it, sorts of a head injury, and the referee quite right to stop play here. And well, the Watford player can receive some treatment and be double checked. Wonder what he's made of things so far. Certainly got some instructions here for Tottenham Thompson.
Run, run, run.
Upson had seen enough of that and gets that one away, looking for Reece Elliott-Paris, can't get under it. And now Byrne, the Spurs fullback, able to carry the ball over halfway. That's better from Spurs. This is where we need to see our more creative players with it, and it very nearly worked out for Williams-Barnett, who was trying to make the move into the penalty area, passed just behind his feet. 4 minutes to go until the break. Plus, of course, any additional time. Might be a couple of minutes for that. Upson switching play. Thompson waiting for it, has to go back under the watch for live. Stevenson, the fullback. Well, it's a challenge that is not to the liking of the coaching staff, and Hardy gets his second yellow, and Spurs are down to 10. Well, we can see it again. He's caused problems all night there. Number 9, Åkesson. And he drew the challenge, and Malachi Hardy, well, he was drawn in, and now the night has got a lot more difficult here for Spurs. And from the resulting free kick, Spurs get the header. And now it might just be a case of hanging on in there until half-time. Watford pushing, looking for another. And they've won a penalty, and things go from bad to worse. Well, there's no VAR here, that is for certain. This will be a Watford penalty. Let's watch it again. Upson lost the ball and his man. Come on now. Well, you have to say that's a really poor decision. Nabizada, who has looked really impressive all night, is the one to step up. The Watford number 10 up against Sam Archer here. Delays the run up and slots into the corner, sending Archer the wrong way. Well, it's a penalty that Watford probably shouldn't have got, but they did. It was given by the referee, and now Spurs are in real trouble of heading out of the FA Youth Cup. Archer gets wrong, Nabizada waited, picked his spots. Watford 3, Spurs 1. Well, that is a tough one to swallow for Spurs, but we are here. This is the way things are, and now Spurs have to fight back. This team have goals, but they are going to have to climb from a really tough position with only 10. Wouldn't necessarily put this past Stuart Lewis's group. What it does need for Spurs is everybody now to really dig in and chase with everything they have. It's going to be a proper shift from here through to the 90 for Spurs. Watford corner just before half-time. It's one they'll take short. And they'll open up the chance to go for goal again, and they weren't too far away. It's the last moment of the half. It could have easily been 4-1 before the break, but they are smiling because as it stands, Watford are on their way to the next round of the FA Youth Cup. They've been brilliant in this first half, and they now have the extra man on the field. Still a long way to go, congratulating each other already, but they know they've taken a big step on account of the fact that at the break they lead here by 3-1 goals. Tom Elsmore, the referee, gives us the whistle. Spurs are a bit eager to start, don't mind that. Well, the sending off of Malachi Hardy really was a game changer, but then the referee gave a very soft penalty. Well, this is what Spurs have to deal with. Well, Ty Hall has dropped back into the Spurs defence to play alongside Janai Byfield. And the Spurs have Williams-Barnett on the ball here. It's an interesting formation that has come out in the second half. You're seeing Harry Byrne, who was at left-back, playing more of a hybrid role early on at the start of this second half. Would love to see Spurs give this a really good go. We'll need just about everything to go right. And Spurs scored 5 over the weekend in the league match against Brighton. Fair to say they had 11 at that point, though. Made some interesting moves, Stuart Lewis, in this second half. Will be interesting to see how they pan out. Looks as though Spurs are getting ready to bring Ellis Lehane onto the field. An attacking change perhaps for Spurs, which would be a real surprise. New signing Luca Fernal-Gil also there. I think had the story been a lot different, he might have got the chance to come in and play at the back this evening, but well, that's that set of minutes for Spurs might have to wait. Ellis Lehane, though, you would imagine would come on for Reece Elliott-Paris, but who knows what's about to happen. We shall see. Interesting there, you may have seen the motion from Miracle Adewole. I just said, we need to switch on here because you come out in the second half and you've got all of this momentum from the team talk from Stuart Lewis and the coaches at the break, and then you get this long stoppage here. And perhaps all of that momentum that Spurs came out with in the second half is very quickly forgotten. Clearly setting their stall out to play aggressively. I don't think there's any suggestion that this is a made-up injury in any way. Georgiou, the captain, with the bag of ice, taking a big bump. Well, at least for now we have some parity. 10 against 10. That might be about to change here. And it's a second red for Spurs. Reece Elliott-Paris sent off here. Well, that is a bit of a disaster. No hesitation from Tom Elsmore, the referee. And now Spurs have 9. Well, the leg was up high, looked as though it went in around knee level. And I really don't think the Rhys Elliott Paris can have any arguments there. You have to be more careful than that. It's the point of academy football, learning these lessons and hopefully growing from them, but it does mean that, well, Spurs look as though they are heading out. It would be really something if they manage to force their way back into it now. And perhaps the bigger problem, even if it was 3-3, we'd still have to go to additional time. Well, we'll get back underway. And Spurs now have 9. Well, it did look as though Ellis Lehane was about to come on a moment ago. I imagine that change to the lineup won't be happening. I may be wrong. Tina Thompson on defensive duty here. And it's a shame because we won't get the chance to see him show himself in all of his glory. As I say, that goes weaving away up to the other end. Williams Barnett, there is some room for him on the right, and he tries to slip the pass, but he's overcooked that. And it goes straight through to the keeper. Well, we've seen Williams Barnett pop a few from close to the halfway line over this season. Might well be Spurs' best chance in this game, given that they now only have 9. Williams Barnett can't go around the outside of his man. Ups and picks up. Archer's clearance away. Well, it's a shame because I was really backing this Spurs team to do something special in this competition. A couple of hot-headed moments have cost this team. Spurs are still persisting with this really high defensive line. And it's bringing back some memories of the Spurs-Chelsea game. This is what this Spurs team can do so well, pop the ball around. Even with 9, showing that they're very good at having the ball at their feet. Watford don't really need to chase the game now. That's about the only thing that plays into Spurs' hands here. Racing away Stevenson with a pass that doesn't really lead to too much. And now Janai Byfield has pulled up with an injury. And there he is, Luca Williams-Barnett, trying the ambitious, and has every right to, given the state of play, and given what we've seen him do over the course of the season, though. Not this time. Watford racing away again. Messiah Edwards back to Stevenson, and here is Nabizada. He's got all the room. He runs into the Spurs defence eventually, Nabizada. I think really all Spurs can hope for is that this Watford side maybe get a bit complacent here. Maybe the coaches decide to bring on some of the younger players or some of the players who are on the bench.
A first substitution of the evening for Tottenham Hotspur on the way. Replacing number 8, James Beggs, is number 15, George Feely.
Jamal Beggs is the one to go. The stadium announcer just called him Jake, but we'll go with Jamal. And there will be an introduction for Luca Fernal-Gil. And I would imagine that means that Janai Byfield is making way.
Replacing number 4, Janai Byfield, is number 14, Luca Fernal-Gil.
Well, hopefully he's okay, and it's just Spurs not taking any risks here. We have the international games upcoming for Janai Byfield. England under-17s have called him up. Would be great to see him involved in those international matches with Netherlands and Portugal. Great to see Luca Fernal-Gil introduced here, although perhaps it would have been nicer to see him introduced in different circumstances. But hey, if he scores a hat-trick, Ellis Lehane was ready to go. He's still standing up in and amongst the substitutes. Given the second sending off, things have had to change. Luca Fernal-Gil getting his first touch. Centre-back who is good with the ball and very quick, loves defending. That's what he said in the interview with Spurs Play ahead of coming in. A late challenge this time by Ty Hall. The referee suggesting he had no other choice. And the Watford free kick goes over the wall but over the bar. Nabizada off target on this occasion. Already has one here tonight. And he still has just the one. Aluwale was trying to flick on. Rather thankless task now for Williams-Barnett, up there on his own, chasing. Spurs making the decision to push Archer up as much as possible to try to close that space. I guess always a risk that Watford might try one from 40, 50 yards, but that's a risk that Spurs are going to have to take here. Nabizada works it wide. Isaiah Edwards is happy to cut back. They don't need to rush Watford. They might have an inclination, that's the only thing, to push on and attack. And all Spurs can hope for is they leave themselves exposed at the other end. Does look as though Ellis Lahane's going to come on here.
Substitutions for both teams coming up.
Well, Williams-Barnett replaced by Ellis Lahane. And he makes his way down the tunnel looking rather dejected here. And Nabizada also goes in what has been a busy week. Playing for the first team in the Championship, came off the bench, scored a wonderful goal here tonight. And Max Smith is his replacement. Ellis Lahane has been up with the 21s recently. Great to see him making that step up. And that is the next move for lots of these players. Trying, of course, to focus on more positive things because, well, this one looks pretty lost. Don't know if I've ever seen 9 men fight back before, but always ready for there to be a first time. Watford darting, it's the substitute Smith making his way into the area, pushed away by Sam Archer. Good chance for Watford, nice blocking there by Ty Hall. Smith the substitute again. This time playing the pass, and the flag is raised. Spurs got a bit lucky there. Ty Hall is back there to tidy up for Spurs. I certainly feel this one tomorrow, that is for certain. They've had to cope with a lot, these players. Hardy sent off, and a sending off too for Reece Elliott Paris in the second half. That's good defending in the end from Byrne. And Byrne's clearance finds Lehane. Not too long though before he's lost it. Well, it was well worked by Watford, but it's well saved. Or at least well gathered. It wasn't much of a save to make in truth for Sam Archer. So now Gill into midfield. And Feeney there waiting. Spurs probably just need to try and stay in the game until perhaps the final 10 minutes. Thompson's done really well here. Now Feeney. Chance to have a drive at this Watford defence. And that's a free kick for Spurs, right on the edge of the box. Well, the player for Watford on the ground with a bandaged knee is the one who was involved earlier on in the challenge that saw Reece Elliott Paris sent off. And he went down here pointing to that same leg. And of course, from Spurs, we send our best. Couple of replacements being lined up here for Watford.
Coming for the Hornets. And let's hear it for number 3, Rowland in the field. He's been replaced. Please welcome 12, Tyler Notley.
Tyler Notley is the first to come on to replace Fancia.
And the second change again, let's give a big hand please, coming off number 7, Cash U18.
Well, he was bright at the start of the game, Odiasi faded, but perhaps didn't need to show his best in the latter stages. And there is a Shevchenko on the field, and it is the son of Andrei Shevchenko. Was with Chelsea, now with Watford. And he's got some defending to do. Spurs are back into it. Surely not. The odds are stacked against Spurs here. Ty Hall, though, has given Tottenham Hotspur a fighting chance here in the FA Youth Cup. Lovely ball from Harry Byrne. And it was just where Ty Hall wanted it. And it's a lovely strike from him. Watford looking to instantly hit again, and the deflection very nearly carried it beyond Sam Archer. Sam Rashka with a very good drive off of the back of Ty Hall, had only just scored at the other end. And very nearly saw that one fly past his own goalkeeper. That's a nice delivery in, and Spurs smashed that one away. Upson, who is back there with a big clearance. And now the break is on. Well, Spurs took the game to extra time in the last round. It was Grimsby who fought back in that one. And now Spurs have to do the same. Extra time would be pretty tough on these players, though. I think Ellis Lehane was thinking about taking that one quickly, but well, the ball slipped out of his hands. Hopefully none of his mates are watching in the stands. Adewale twisting away. Two there for company, looking for the free kick as well. Watford have a breakaway on here, and Ty Hall is the only one back. And Archer is swiftly down, and that's a good gather by the Spurs goalkeeper. Well, it looked like trouble, didn't it, for a moment? So now Gill did manage to get back in support, and in the end a good save.
Replacing number 7,
Miracle Adewole. And Ronnie Moncur switching places. Elijah Upson also making way. And, well, 17 has gone up again on the board. It's Tiernan Thompson who has gone.
Replacing 2, Elijah Upson, 18, Dexter Oliver. I think I've managed to work that out.
And on comes Dexter Oliver. Don't mind that, bit of sarcasm from the stadium announcer. Dexter Oliver onto the ball here. Stevenson clearing the ball away. Well, it's scrappy from Spurs, and given the circumstances, it probably has to be. I've seen some lovely football play by Stuart Lewis's side over the course of the season. Slightly different affair when you've only got 9 on the field. Shevchenko trying to find his way through for Watford. Now Smith up against Fernal Gill. Fair to say that his dad casts a bit of a shadow. Shevchenko feeding on. Spurs have whipped the ball away. Ronnie Moncur also has a famous footballing name, of course. Takes the ball away, and Watford are at it almost instantly. And looking for their chance to wrap this one up here. Edwards able to travel a long way with that ball. Watford looking for another penalty. Well, it was probably a better shout than the one we saw given in the first half. Free kick given to Spurs. Lehane scrapping away for it. So too Ty Hall. Well, 10 minutes to go in the game. Spurs are still in this, despite the fact they only have 9 men. Well, finally the ball in, and that might be the game done. Squeezed into the corner. No chance that Sam Archer was getting to that one.
Fourth goal for the Hornets in the 82nd minute, scored by number 11,
Messiah Edwards is given the goal. Did he get the final touch, or was it Fernell Gill? Well, I don't think there was necessarily an expectation that Spurs were coming back, but the longer we went in the game without Watford grabbing a fourth goal, it did just start to wonder. 2-goal advantage restored though. Should just point out, by no means is this season done for this team, because the under-18s could easily win the league. Just 3 points off of the top at the moment. They are fifth, but plenty of games between now and the end of the campaign. It's a proper fight in the southern section of the league. And it's interesting because when we saw the Spurs Academy start to bring in players a couple of seasons back, we saw Will Lancashire arrive, we saw Soon-Sup Bell, and in the end we got a really strong under-21s team. And you start to see Spurs adding players like Fernell Gill, who's come on here, and he's looked excellent since coming on. We've seen a few others coming through the door, and you just wonder whether Spurs are assembling again. And looking ahead to the next couple of seasons. An interesting end to the campaign as we see all of those players start to fit together. Fernell Gill, long ball out towards the right-hand side, and it's one to chase for Adewole. And now look at the room for Smith, who is sprinting clear. And Fernell Gill is back and pokes away. Good defending too by Dexter Oliver. And a good gather by Archer. Started life as a winger, Luca Fernell Gill, now happily deployed at the back. Flag up. No chance for Stevenson, the Watford fullback, to break clear.
Substitution for the Hornets. Rehearse never, please. Leave the field, number 4, Amos Rajkar. Replacement on number 16, Josh Reza.
Josh Reza is onto the field. Feeney was trying to get there. It didn't look like much of a foul, but the referee blew the whistle. It looked to me like there was a bit of a mismatch in terms of size, but Moulton, who is on the ball here, got the free kick. And Archer's done well. Played the dual role there of the defender and goalkeeper, shielding away. Well, Archer, understanding that he had to move the ball quickly, had to play a forward pass. Went searching for Dexter Oliver, he was unable to get there. 18s are back in action on the 22nd of Feb, away at Reading. Next home fixture is set for the 1st of March when they'll play Southampton. Should be a tough game, both teams at the top of the table and fighting for that top spot. Under 21s are back in action on Monday night. Game against Manchester City. Perhaps the toughest test of the season so far.
Substitution coming up for the Hornets. And please show your appreciation leading the field, number 9, Nixon Ockerson.
Well, he certainly had a role to play here tonight, got the first goal. And, well, he was involved in the sending off of Malachi Hardy as well.
17, J.L. Norville.
Norville is his replacement for the final moments here. Feeney again fouled. Giorgio, the captain, is the guilty party. Well, Spurs score from a, well, almost exactly the same position earlier on in the second half. Well, there's still time for Spurs. Here's what you might normally say. Over the wall it goes, that would have been nice. Certainly gave the goalkeeper Sam Morris something to think about here. Dexter Oliver was lurking, nearly in. This is a live broadcast, of course. If there's any language that you hear that shouldn't necessarily be on Spurs play, we can only apologise. Not too much, unfortunately, we can do about that. Here's Ty Hall. Wins the free kick. Spurs need to take it quickly. Well, Ellis Lehane went down, he didn't get the whistle. I've seen this team do some pretty special things over the course of this season. Goals from all over the place, scoring for fun, just not to be for them tonight. A few lessons to learn, a bit of ill discipline that has cost the team. It's a shame because on paper this really did look as though it was a fixture that Spurs should have done well in, but not to be on the night. Go on, Tina. Here's Adewale. He won't get there this time. Oliver. Lehane, had he released it quicker, Spurs would have been in. Here's Moncur. Spurs down in the corner. Not much room out there. Watford breaking, Spurs clearing. And Watford perhaps with a chance to grab goal 5. Archer makes the block. And Smith been pretty eager since coming on for Watford. Well, we're there at the 7 minutes. A disappointing night in the end for the Spurs under-18s.